Guys, don't forget to start your watch. I always forget. So I'm going to remind you now before I forget to remind you. We're back, and it's definitely Tuesday. I can feel it. It doesn't feel like a Thursday. It feels, yay. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at me tomorrow. We have a killer leg day today. I think it's going to be so fun and exciting. With today, I'm just asking that everybody be very careful. There is a component of class where we will be standing on the blocks. If you have any trouble with stabilizing yourself or with balance at all, stay off the box, please. If you go down, I will be very, 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 very sad. But yes, if you would like to challenge your balance a little bit, just make sure that you're very careful while you're on the blocks and while you're doing those movements. But I guarantee you, you will feel it in your legs with or without the blocks today. That being said, everybody at home, you do not need blocks for any component of this workout today. You can do everything without one. I will do my very best to show you how to do it without, but I do sometimes forget because I really like the blocks. And for everybody in class, we do have these black pads. It looks like everybody has them. At home, if you have anything, any issues with your knees, feel free to grab an extra blanket, a pillow, and then rest your knee on there. We will have some parts of today's class where we will be on our knee. With that being said, yay legs. Let's make sure that we're focusing on using the muscles in our legs. If you feel it in your lower back or anything else at all and it is painful, please stop doing the movement, push back in a child's pose, go into a standing position, anything that is comfortable to you. If you are feeling it in lower back and it is painful, that means we are not activating the muscles that we should be activating. Talk to me after class. We will see how to get more engagement from those muscles too. That being said, we're going to go ahead and get started in that child's pose. Thought about going standing, and then I was like, no, today is too different to start that. Making sure we're focusing on our breathing here. If we're looking for a deeper stretch throughout our hips, we're going to walk our knees a little bit wider on the mat, keeping our lower back and our glutes a little bit further up in the air if that's what we're focusing on. Still remembering to breathe. From here, feel free to take those box breaths in for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Bring awareness to all 4 corners of your body. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling your forearms pressed into the mat. Doing a full body scan, trying to feel all of our muscles here. Feel free to rock side to side if you're looking for a little more mobility through those hips. Letting go of any tension or stress built up throughout the day, letting your body relax for today's workout. One more deep breath in. On that exhale, we're coming all the way up, finding that tabletop position, knees directly under hips, wrists directly under shoulders, pushing through the heel of those palms, keeping a slight bend through those elbows so we're not putting any pressure on your wrists. From here, we're just going to start with our cat-cows, inhaling, chest expands all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, squeezing that core, rounding your back out, feeling like a string is pulling your belly button all the way up. Deep breath in, chest to ceiling. And exhale, squeezing that core. Chest up, deep breath in. And exhale, squeezing that core back. Adding on a little extension here, deep breath in, pelvis touching the ground, extending out that cat-cow. Still breathing in. Exhale, pushing back, finding that child's pose. Feel free to do this at your own pace if I'm going a little too fast or a little too slow. Making sure you're using your breath for your movements. Let your breath work for you. Trying to deepen the stretch every time. Let's go ahead and do one more. On that exhale, pushing all the way back up into that tabletop position. From here, we're just going to do a couple hip circles, starting with our left side, waking up that hip, that left glute, pushing through your right glute. Still keeping a slight bend through those elbows, squeezing that core, staying braced. The only thing that should be moving is that left leg. And going the other direction now. And since nobody asked, we're going to kick that left leg back, squeezing through our core, our beautiful bird dogs one more time. Let's go ahead and reach that right arm forward, finding length through your fingertips, through your toes, straight line, fingertips, head, toe, squeezing that core. We're going to bring our knee all the way to our elbow and kick it forward. Feel free to do this one with the blocks too if you find that easier or if you find more engagement. Remembering to breathe. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, length. For two more. And last one. Lowering just our right arm here, keeping that left leg lifted. We're going to bend our left knee, going into 8 little baby pulses for our scorpion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lowering that leg all the way down. We're going to feel free to lift your left arm up. Finding a little bit of extension here. If you'd like to increase the intensity here, feel free to take that right arm all the way to the ground and lift up. Deep breath in. Exhale, wrapping that left arm all the way through, threading the needle. One more deep breath in, trying to walk your fingertips a little bit further. And on that exhale, we're pushing all the way back up one more time. Doing the same thing, but for the right side now. Go ahead and kick that leg up, doing those hip circles. Making your breath work for you. And switching directions. Slow and in control. Trying to increase that range of motion. Still keeping that core strong. For one more, sending that leg all the way back. Go ahead and lift that left hand forward. Still trying to find that straight line. Fingertips, top of your head, tailbone to toes. On your next exhale, you're going to bring that elbow to your knee, squeezing your core, still staying strong. Finding length one more time. Only thing that should be moving is your arm and your leg. Squeezing your core. Slow and in control, using your breath. Last one. Extending all the way. Go ahead and lower that left arm back down, bending that right knee for 8 little pulses. Going up. Engaging that right glute. 6, 7, and 8. Lowering that knee all the way down. Lifting our right arm up. Looking for length through those fingertips. Deep breath in. And exhale, lowering back down, threading the needle. One more deep breath in, trying to walk your fingertips a little bit further. And on that next exhale, you're going to come back to tabletop position. Planting through the heels of your palms, curling your toes underneath of you. Go ahead and curl all the way up, finding that downward dog. Trying to push your ribs into the tops of your thighs. Pedaling your feet out, waking up the backs of your legs as you slowly try to get both heels on the ground. Taking one more deep breath in. Your next exhale, walking your feet to your hands, finding your forward fold. Breathing in, slowly rolling up, coming all the way to standing. Length through our fingertips. Taking those little side bends if that feels comfortable. Slowly lowering your hands to prayer. You're going to wrap one arm around the other and just lift. Looking for a deep stretch through your subscapula, your serratus muscle right underneath your armpit. Looking to increase the intensity, try lifting your elbows up just a little bit further. One more deep breath in. Lowering your hands, interlacing your fingertips behind you. Rolling out your neck. One more deep breath in. Exhale, letting go. Twisting your hands the other way now and lifting your elbows up. Feel free to bend into this stretch as well. Deep breaths in. On your next exhale, letting go. If you're looking to use the blocks for this segment, we will be starting our squat series. Feel free to grab that, bring it in front of you. If not, you can do this without a block as well. If you're a little concerned with your balance, I recommend moving over to the bar or finding a wall. We're just going to step one foot on top and lift until our foot is even and lower. Trying to find engagement from our glute here and stretching through our hip. Slow and in control using your breath. For 2 more. Last one, lifting. This time we're just going to step back a little bit, finding our diamond taps and lifting all the way back up. Feel free to tap forward and backward, but if you're looking for a challenge, just tap back, lift all the way forward. Still doing this with our breath, staying strong through our right glute. Remembering to breathe. For 2 more. Last one. This time stepping all the way back, finding that lunge and taking a little pulse. Coming down, stepping up, finding tree pose. Step back, lower down, up, tree pose. Inhale, step. Exhale, lower. Deep breath in. Exhale, up. Inhale, tree pose. For 1 more. Lifting up. This time we're going to step back into our 6 little baby pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming all the way back up to standing. I'm going to step that foot to the side, still keeping that heel lifted. We're going to lower down and push up. Lowering down, deep breath in. Exhale, push up. Using that side glute, left and right. Using our left calf. Remembering to breathe. For 2 more. Last one. And 6 pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lowering down that heel, lifting up your right leg, finding tree pose here. If you're looking to increase that intensity, feel free to wrap that right foot over and slowly lower down, finding that standing figure 4. Still remembering to breathe. Finding a nice stretch for that right hip. Pressing into the ground through all 4 corners of your foot. Deep breath in, coming all the way back to standing, lowering that foot down. Reach, finding length through those fingertips. And exhale, coming all the way down to a forward fold. Pedaling out those knees, if that feels comfortable. Deep breath in. Exhale, stepping that left foot back. Finding a lunge. Slowly letting your hips sink down. Feel free to bring that knee all the way to the ground. Gently letting your hips fall a little bit forward. If you're looking for a deeper stretch here, feel free to take it down to both forearms. Coming into that lizard pose. Coming back up, we're going to enter a bit of a flow. Feel free to grab both blocks if that feels comfortable to you. Just straightening out that knee. Looking for a bit of a calf stretch here. Hamstrings. If you want it more calf focused, feel free to lift those toes up, bringing them all the way to the ceiling. Deep breath in, sinking further into that stretch. And exhale, rebending that knee. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit. So coming back, straightening out that knee. And exhale, rebend. Straighten. Trying to increase our range of motion every time. And rebend. One more time, straightening that leg out. And rebend. Go ahead and walk your foot to the outside of your mat. We're just going to push that knee, letting our hips sink a little bit further. Deep breath in, coming all the way back up. Staying in that lunge. Bring our fingertips to our temples. Coming across, bringing that elbow to the opposite ankle. Lifting back up. Reaching over our head and back for the opposite ankle. Fingertips to temple. Elbow to ankle. Coming back up. And reaching back. Temple, ankle, still lifting through our core, making sure that is engaged the entire time. For one more. Last one, coming all the way back up. We're just going to grab a block, place it to the inside of our foot, trying to reach back, lifting up that back leg. If you can't grab your foot, that's okay. Just reach. If you'd like to increase intensity, feel free to grab that foot, slowly sink further into this stretch. Remembering to breathe. Exhale, letting go. Bringing your arm all the way forward. Moving that block out of the way. Stepping back with that right foot. Slowly coming up, high plank. Coming into our first vinyasa as we lower down. Bring ourselves up, finding upward facing dog, tops of feet, pressed into the mat. Or coming all the way down, finding that baby cobra. Deep breath in. Feel free to look over each shoulder if that feels comfortable. And exhale, pushing back into that child's pose. One more big deep breath in. On that next exhale, we're going to push all the way back up, finding tabletop position, curling our toes underneath of us, resting up, finding that downward facing dog. Pedaling out our feet. On your next exhale, walking your feet to your hands, finding that forward fold. Deep breath in, coming all the way to standing, reaching our fingers up, finding length through our fingertips. Exhale, lowering down, grabbing that block, doing the same thing for the other side now. Feel free to do this without a block as well. You might find that one side has better balance than the other, and that's okay. Starting in this position, we're just going to lift until our right foot is even with the block and lower, engaging our left glute the whole time. Using our core for balance and our breath for movement. Pressing through all four corners of your left foot. Last one, coming back, stepping into that diamond tap. Slow and in control. And last one more even, we're going to step all the way back, finding that lunge, slowly lowering down, pushing up through that left foot, finding that tree pose. Down, lower, squat, up into that tree pose. Focusing on balance here. If it helps, you can also bring your hands out into this T. Making sure we're using our glute muscles here. Coming into 6 baby pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming all the way up to standing. Bringing that foot, lifting up that heel. Coming all the way down. Finding that squat pose and kicking up. Still remembering to breathe, pushing through your calf, lifting through your left glute, and the side of your right. Try not to hollow out that back. And last one, staying down, we're just going to bring it into some pulses. 4, 5, 6, lowering that heel all the way down, bringing up your left. Feel free to stay here in tree pose or hook that ankle over top of your thigh. Coming into your standing figure 4. Pressing through all 4 corners of your right foot. One more deep breath in, coming all the way back up to standing, lowering that foot. Lifting, finding length through your fingertips. Exhale, lowering all the way down, finding that forward fold. Deep breath in, stepping back with that right foot. Slowly lowering that knee down, finding that low lunge. Slowly letting your hips sink into the ground. If you'd like to increase this stretch here, feel free to come down to both forearms. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bringing ourselves all the way up. Feel free to grab both of those blocks. Just going to straighten that knee back out. Option to lift those toes up to the ceiling if you're looking for more of a calf stretch. And rebend. And deep breath in, straighten. I'm going to start to pick up the pace now, rebend. Just adding a bit of a flow here. Straighten. And rebend. Straighten. Rebend. Remembering to breathe. One more time, straighten it out. This time as we bend, we're going to step our foot to the outside of our mat, pushing through that knee, letting our hips sink a little bit further. Lifting all the way back up. Just going to bring our fingertips to our temples here. Bringing that opposite elbow to that ankle. Lifting up through our core, reaching back, opposite arm. Elbow to ankle. Lifting up and reach back. And last one, elbow, ankle, reaching back. Coming all the way to center, feel free to press one hand into that block, reaching back for that right foot. If you're looking to increase intensity, grabbing that foot all the way and just sinking further into the ground. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lowering that foot all the way, moving that block one more time. We're going to come all the way into a seated position, sitting right here on our glutes. We have a little bit of time for a core. I know everybody was super excited. Here, we're just going to lower down all the way to our back. We're going to kick one foot up, bringing our fingertips to our temple, doing a modified bicycle crunch here. So just opposite elbow, opposite knee, lifting through that core and lowering that leg. Lift and lower. If you're looking to increase the intensity here, feel free to press the block onto the top of your foot and keep it lifted there. For one more, lifting up that left foot now. We're going to bend with our right. Remembering to breathe. Exhale as we lift, inhale as we lower. Last one. Bringing both feet up, As we lower, bending our knees, we're going to take the block. We're going to place it on top of our legs. If you don't have a block, that's okay. We're going to straighten our legs out, hollowing our stomach. Bringing our knees back to a bend, lifting the block off of our legs with our hands, and bringing them back out again. Keeping our core engaged the entire time, making sure our lower back is not lifting up off of the ground. For 2 more. And last one. Feel free to set that block down, lowering our legs all the way to the ground, kicking that right foot up, hooking it over top of our left, grabbing onto the back of your left leg or your left shin. Feel free to rock side to side here if that feels comfortable. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, sending our hands to either side of our body, gently letting your hips fall to the left. Deep breath in, coming all the way back to center, unhooking your right foot from your left, lifting your left, hooking it over your right, and grabbing onto that shin. Feel free to rock side to side here. On your next exhale, sending those hands to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the right. Still trying to keep both shoulders planted onto the ground. One more deep breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back up to center, planting both feet on the ground. We're going to try something new today, so we're going to lift up. We're going to grab a block. We need both of them handy, so make sure they're nearby. If you have upper back pain, you're going to put your block sideways on your back, and if you have lower middle back pain, you're just going to put it right in the middle and slowly lower down onto the block, placing the other block underneath of your head. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Taking this time to bring awareness to all 4 corners of your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, slowly allowing yourself to sink further and further into the mat. You might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Letting go of any tension built up throughout the day. Setting your intentions for the rest of today. Clearing your mind. Every exhale, allowing yourself to relax just a little bit more. That brings us to the end of today's class. Feel free to stay and stretch. But thank you all so much for coming. As always, let me know if there's anything else you want to stretch, if there's anything else that hurts that you want to work out. Open to any criticism, negative or positive. With that, look forward to seeing you all again on Thursday.